Alright guys, what is up? Today I am going to be doing a 2-week review on my AQUARIUM light that I got off of Amazon. Now, I've had this light running for about, like I said, 2 weeks, and I've had no issues with it so far. But I'll get into some pros and cons with it here in just a minute. Alright guys, first I'm going to start off with a couple cons that I have for this light. Now one of those being these legs on here. They're just a little bit flimsy for my liking. Now that being said, unless you're like physically trying to push down and bend them, it is not going to cause an issue. But it's just one of those things that you may have issues with putting stuff on the light and it bending. I don't know, but it's just one of those things that I'd like to say I'm not a big fan of, just the way they work. And then the next con that I have is actually right here on this switch. As you can see, it's pretty small, and if you hide this switch behind something, like say behind this dresser like I like to do, it can actually be kind of hard to get to it. And coming back to the legs, I have pulled this back one time and it fell into the water. So I mean, waterproof. It's obviously pretty waterproof because it's still working just as good as it had out of the box. But I would prefer a setup with like a timer on it, just to make it a little easier. But I mean, that's obviously not a big deal. I'm in fish keeping, and I don't mind taking care of the fish like that. It's just one of my cons that some people might have. Now, another thing you might notice is that the placement of the wire is not the greatest. It can either be here, or you have to like just string it back here. There's not any real good options, as you can see. I mean, it comes straight out the middle for some reason, but that's just my opinion. I think the wire placement could be a little bit better. Like I said, it's not a deal breaker for me at all. If I had to, I would definitely buy this light again, and I would recommend for you to buy it. So now I'm going to list a few pros off about this light. Like I said, this light's been running for about 2 weeks. I've had absolutely no issues with like the light turning off or anything like that. It's nice and bright. I mean, it lights up the aquarium. It works pretty good for plant growth, and it works pretty good for algae growth as well. But I mean, it goes hand in hand, right? Just leaving it on too long. But the light, I mean, there's nothing to complain about there. Then you got the waterproof ability of it. I mean, I've accidentally dropped it in the tank a couple times when I had to take it off to clean it, because I have a little bit harder water here. But I mean, it obviously still works fine, and like I said, it worked the way it did right out of the box. But definitely no issues with that. And I mean, just overall, one big pro of it is the cost of it. I went on Amazon and I read the reviews on it because it was pretty cheap for aquarium light, and I didn't want to just get a piece of junk. So I read the reviews. I mean, everybody seemed to like it. I know sometimes that can be misleading, but everybody had good reviews on it and everything like that. And it really pays off because the price was $9.98 before taxes and shipping. So I mean, compared to some flue ball lights like that, it might be running you about $100 at least, I'd say. But you also get what you pay for. So those flue ball lights, they come with a timer, but I mean, that's not a big deal if you're going to be ready to take care of your fish. I mean, in my opinion, it helps you get a cycle when you have to turn on that light, because it helps you know that you have to go take care of your tank in the morning instead of just letting the light automatically turn on. But that's just my opinion. Overall, I would definitely recommend this light, because as I said, you have a few cons, but I mean, you can't expect this thing to be perfect for $10. I mean, and I think it did a pretty dang good job for $10 in my opinion. But I mean, overall, plants grow good with it. It provides a good light to look at the fish in, and it just overall works really well for the price of it. I'd just like to say thank you guys for watching, and please don't forget to help support the channel a little bit, and just drop a like and a subscribe down there. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.